Welcome to the World 24 News channel.
Pope condemns childlike whims of those who start wars. Pope Francis has urged religious leaders to help bring the world back from the brink of a delicate precipice, telling an interfaith summit that faith leaders must counter the childlike whims of the powerful to make war. Speaking from Bahrain, the pontiff wove his speech around the role of religions in promoting peace, disarmament, and social justice. The Pope told the gathering that while the world seemed to be heading apart like two opposing seas, the mere presence of religious leaders together was evidence that they intend to set sail on the same waters, choosing the route of encounter rather than that of confrontation. Pope Francis, who supports a total ban on nuclear weapons and has often condemned the global arms trade, said religious leaders cannot support wars, in apparent reference to Russian Orthodox Church Patriarch Kirill, who has given enthusiastic backing to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and who the Pope has implicitly criticized before. Pentagon announces $400 million in additional security assistance for Ukraine. The Pentagon has announced that it will give $400 million in additional security assistance to Ukraine. Pentagon spokeswoman Sabrina Singh told reporters that the U.S. will pay for 45 T-72 tanks from the Czech Republic to be refurbished, and will also fund the refurbishment of some missiles for Hawk air defense systems. Ms. Singh said in addition to the funds to refurbish the Hawk missiles, the pledged funds would refurbish the Soviet-era Czech tanks and give them advanced optics, communications, and armor packages. There is also funding to buy 1,100 Phoenix Ghost tactical unmanned aerial systems and 40 armored riverine boats. And Rishi Sunak's wife's family company remains in Moscow 8 months after saying they would leave. Infosys, the Indian IT services company Rishi Sunak's wife's family owns, remains in Moscow 8 months after saying it was pulling out, The Guardian has reported. An office with staff and contractors is carrying out its services for a global client, the newspaper said. Infosys hands £11.5 million in annual dividends to Mr. Sunak's wife, Akshata Murthy, whose billionaire father N.R. Narayana Murthy founded the company. There was an outcry earlier this year after it emerged Ms. Murthy had non-dom tax status in the UK. It allowed her to avoid liability on those dividends in Britain. She then agreed to pay tax on the dividends in both the UK and India. In March, Infosys said it was transitioning out of Russia after a Ukrainian politician accused Mr. Sunak's family of earning blood money. However, The Guardian said there is still a company plaque outside their Moscow office, and company sources said administrative staff continue to work there as part of a transition, 8 months after saying it was moving out.